Hey, Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
And don't forget to listen to our Wednesday What to get your midweek boost. And we would love for you to check out our sponsor tab and consider joining us. If you have questions or need any additional information, please check out the sponsors tab on our website or contact us at info@allrightgetup.com. And we'd like to give a shout out to an amazing company and sponsor, Endeavor Promotions out of Birmingham, Alabama. Danny Kirkland has done an amazing job of our promo items, and we encourage you to check out his website, endeavorpromotions.com, or he can also be reached at 205-540-8292.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy and an amazing company. They have done a great job. Highly recommended. So guys, moving ahead into season 2, we are super excited to bring you a delightful blend of entertaining tidbits and astonishing updates that we refer to as Weird Wired and Witty Whispers.
I have a Weird Wired story that's a little bit related to a Wednesday What that we did. Called The Champion of Hide and Seek. If you have not listened to that, I strongly encourage you to listen to this, and this will probably make more sense. But this is something I'm dedicating also to you and Brian. Again, you need to listen to that Wednesday What. It's real quick.
Yeah.
A wildlife presenter claims to have found a Bigfoot skull in British Columbia. Have you heard about this?
Wow. No way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
His name is Daniel Cody Peterson.
Love the name.
Yeah, very cool. I wish somebody had named me Cody.
Right.
He put on his Facebook that he has found a non-human primate skull.
Wow.
And that was part of my argument with the Wednesday What is that no one has found any concrete evidence. And that's why I don't like these shows, because at the beginning we have nothing and at the end we have nothing. But here's somebody who is claiming that he has something, a skull. And so he has sent it off to be analyzed.
Amazing. So he found this like just out in the woods or
Walmart.
Aisle 5.
It was by the organic milk.
Right. Just before landscaping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was found in a secure location in British Columbia. It doesn't really give any specifics in this article. He's kept it secret for several weeks when he eventually posted about it a few months ago. And they originally thought it was a bear skull, and then they realized it was not. It does look a lot like a primate, looking at the skull.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. Concrete evidence.
So wait, you got to see.
Oh, that was a big wait.
Yeah. Let's just wait and see what the scientists
All right.
who are analyzing it see.
So this is to be continued, huh? Okay. All right.
So we'll have to come back in a year or two, maybe. I don't know how long it takes, and see.
Okay. More to come, people. More to
It's
come.
exciting. I know everybody's going to be on the edge of their seats.
That's right. Well, I can't wait.
If this is real, I mean, we live in the States.
Yeah.
I feel like this is President Biden. Like, he should be able to come out and give this as an update that's that big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big news.
Yeah, national news. Yeah, this has been going on for a while. So definite. A lot of sightings per se. So a lot of people that say that they have seen it or seen them. Rather.
Take you some jerky.
There you go.
Take you some jerky and go out there and find you one.
Yeah.
So we'll find out more. Joy, since you and Brian are into that sort of thing, we'll look forward to the update that you guys give us, because I think that should be on you guys.
Sweet.
Maybe we can get Brian on the podcast, my husband.
Yes. Yes, let's do it. Come on, Brian. We can do this. Yeah. Excellent.
So we were able to participate in City Fest.
Yes.
Which was a music event in our town, which was amazing. It's so much fun. It's an all-day event. I think the first act starts at noon.
Yeah.
They try to have it in a field, a.k.a. the surface of the sun.
If you've never been to Mars, I mean.
It's like, if you want to see, if you are one of those people who pass out in crazy heat, this is definitely an opportunity for you.
Right.
The staff was amazing.
Yeah.
Were they not? I mean,
They
every single
were.
person
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, everybody at the Alabaster Arts Council, everybody at Alabaster City was extremely kind, extremely amazing, very helpful, very organized, were very kind to us too, to, you know, be very flexible to help us out, some of our organizing and knowing what we needed to do and when. So we can't say enough about how much we appreciate that.
And they remembered us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we pulled up and they were like, oh, yeah.
And it was
we
like,
know you guys.
there's 100 vendors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how it's set up is that you can come a little bit early before the music festivities begin, around 9ish, and go to all these different vendor booths. So you have like a wide range of different vendors to select from. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, you had us, a podcast, trying to promote us and let people know about the 988. That there is an organization to help those who are in need of a crisis. And then to the left of us, I'm not laughing at the crisis part, but I'm laughing because we have the people beside us who help you hang TVs on the wall.
Right.
And yes, they hide your cords.
They do a fantastic job, by the way.
Exactly.
They actually put ours up at our house.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And
they
then-
did one of ours.
And then to the other side of us, we had a vendor selling shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they have done this a time or two, because everything that we could possibly ask for, I turned around, the lady there, she was right there helping, like, oh, you need a coat hanger? Here's 2.
Right. Need a bungee cord? Yeah, here you go.
There you go.
And we can't say enough about these folks. I mean,
I wish I'd
and
gotten their names.
I know. I was just about to say, I'm so embarrassed that I actually don't know their name to be able to say it. But you guys, I mean, you're probably listening. And if you are, you guys are absolutely amazing. And they were so helpful. And this was just, I mean, they picked up on it. We did not ask for, hey, can we borrow a hanger or whatever, or a bungee. They were just so kind to observe, right? And when people do that, that just makes you feel so good. We felt so treasured.
I like it. Treasured.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say we were pathetic. We were just treasured.
But we probably looked it.
Like out of sorts. Like, how are we
Yeah.
going to hang up this shirt? Boy, I
Right.
wish we could have a hanger.
I'm
And then
melting.
she's like, wow, right here. And then,
Yeah.
oh, let me help you with this fan. Get it plugged in.
Right. Yeah, they were great.
They really were. I don't know his name, but he did even help us try to set up our canopy tent.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
took a cart and had a trailer with it and helped us unload the truck. Mm-hmm. Put everything in the back.
Yeah.
You guys declined the ride. There was only one seat. There was 3 of us.
Right.
I quickly jumped on it.
Stealer.
Literally and figuratively. Yep, I'll ride out with you.
Yeah.
Now, he was a low talker. I'm like, Mama, can't hear you. And it was our first time setting up our tent.
Yeah.
And I did get a little tickled when he was setting it up, and we were struggling a bit.
Yeah.
And eventually he just walked away. There wasn't a, hey, I've got to help other people, or
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys don't know what you're doing, or
He was like, this is going to be a while.
yeah. I've stood here for 10 minutes just holding up this one side, and you guys are still going back and forth. I'm gone. And he just walks. That was the only thing I got. And he tried. It wasn't that
he was most helpful. He was.
he could
Yeah.
stay only for some minutes. He probably stayed over there 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then
He didn't-
finally-
he didn't have to.
And then the t-shirt people did try to come and help us.
Yeah.
And then one of us, maybe, I'm not going to say which one, had a great idea, like, let's read the instructions.
Yeah. What does those instructions say on the back?
Grab that piece of paper that's flying in the wind down this field and see how it tells us. And I also like to give a shout out to you and Carol for bringing your motorhome.
Oh, thanks.
I know that was kind of a hassle, but it was very nice, because there was one instance where I was very hot. Very hot. Like,
Right.
let's call a cart over here. Is your ambulance air conditioned? Because I will go ahead and get in there now. Like, do you charge for the ambulance?
Right.
But seriously, it was nice to be able to go to the motorhome to cool off and also use the restroom inside there, which I know is TMI. But otherwise, only the porta-johns would be available to relieve yourself.
And they're hot.
And don't you know, it's lovely on a hot, sunny day, standing in line, and then finally
Yeah.
have to go in.
Yeah.
And that, I kind of touched on a story with you guys when we were driving into the City Fest that I didn't really elaborate because I wanted to hear you laugh on a recording.
Nice.
It may not be funny. It was more traumatic for me. Our town participated in the Susan Komen Walk for breast cancer. My mom passed away from that. So we had a team that was participating, and it's 5K, so it's not very far. And before we started, it's one of those like moments like, oh, I'll go ahead and use the restroom while I can. I'm not a big fan of using the public bathroom.
Yeah, me either.
I guess nobody really is. Nobody says, I'm sitting at home. I've got to, use the bathroom. I think I'll go up to McDonald's.
Right.
Nobody's real thrilled about it.
Can't wait to go in there.
I love the McDonald's bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know which is better, McDonald's or Walmart. I love them both. And so the Porta John's pretty bad. And I decided to go into this one and not look around, to just line things up and tell my body to release what you have.
Right. Get it over with.
So that's what my body does. And then all of a sudden I realize I'm getting wet.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Joy, the lid was closed. Who closes the lid? I didn't even know they had lids on Porta John toilets.
Oh, my God.
Like, where's that rain coming from?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And then Brian's like, what's taking so long? The race is about to start. So I'm like, go to the window. Because it's got that little window in the top.
Right.
The lid was down and I didn't know it.
Oh.
My shorts are wet. It's like, do what? Go buy some shorts.
Wow. Oh,
and be quick about it. The race is starting.
Yeah.
So I did not. I think that's the last time I've used one. So I was very thrilled. And you guys were willing to drive your motorhome to the festivities.
Well,
and the city of Alabaster worked so well with us trying to find us a space.
Yes.
So kudos.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that worked out.
And always make sure that you do look around in the toilet to see if the toilet seat's open or closed.
Right. Along with that, even if it's open, just make sure the seat is down. Just a FYI that it's kind of easy to fall into. I think that's happened to me once.
Wednesday tips.
Yeah. So just remember that, please. Put that on your checklist.
So not only are we providing R&D ideas.
Right.
We're also trying to help with safety.
Right.
Make sure
quality of life.
Yes, that lid is open and the other piece of the seat is down.
Yes. I'm telling you. Yeah. When you get this box of of goodies, you're getting it all.
There's so much.
There's so
much we provide.
Yes.
And speaking of providing, one of the ideas that we had was to provide merchandise to help promote our podcast. Mm-hmm. We have our stickers, everything that you can find in the store.
Right.
Koozies, stickers, shirts,
card wallets.
Yep. We had the idea of providing something that would lure in the kids because kids have a tendency not to be as timid to approach strangers.
Right.
Or to ask questions like, what is this? We don't really understand what your vendor booth's, selling or promoting. Mm-hmm. We landed on ducks. Those ducks, were you amazed? I mean, the kids?
I was absolutely amazed because it wasn't, it was a great deal of kids, okay, but we also had a fair amount of adults that were truly into it.
That's right.
Really,
I forgot
seriously.
About that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you expect the ducks to go over so well?
No, I did not.
I guess we could go into explaining the ducks. I mean, they're not real ducks, first of all.
Yeah. A lot of you will know what these are just by us talking about it now because a lot of you are doing the campaign for the Jeeps out there where you actually duck one another. So you're very well aware, I'm sure, of what these look like. Others of you who do not, they're little rubber ducks that are about 2 inches and they have different things on them. Like this one that I'm holding now is like a little mummy. And then some of them have little hats on. Some have little pirate looking costumes. Some, just all different styles. Some look like cows and so forth. But we wrote on them, allrightgetup.com. And then on the back of it, we had embrace power of kindness. Mm-hmm. And they do this. So,
which isn't annoying at all.
No, not at all. So, those are the ducks that we were handing out whenever you won a prize or the wheel. We had a little wheel everybody could spin.
I was very pleased with it. But at the same time, I kind of wish we had ordered more ducks because I was worried for a while that we were going to run out. And then towards the end, I'm like, just take the ducks.
Yeah.
Don't even spin.
You know, it was funny because we had a big box of ducks, and then you and I were talking about it. We were like, okay, what else do we need? And that particular day, remember, it was like, hey, go ahead and order one more smaller box of those. And a good thing we did, right? Because we ended up, I think, coming back with maybe like a handful. It was like 4 or 5, maybe, I think, that were left over. That was down in the very bottom of that.
What do you think we started out with?
We had well over, I don't know, almost close to 100.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I would think it was 100 that we started out with, which is pretty cool that you had that many people interact
Right.
with us.
Right.
And I felt like even though it was very hot, and there was a time that I was like, is your air conditioned? I mean, like, could y'all drive the motorhome across here and pick me up?
Right.
Those moments. When we start doing this podcast, we both said, even if we just help one person. And yes, we started out with laughter, but we always try to take that story and let, people know that everybody has these days where things don't work out.
Right.
Where you think, oh, I'm a good one because I just thought I played with the QR code and I didn't. Or I just fell into the porta-john.
Right.
To let you know that you're not alone, that we all experience different things. And like we say, we try to take that story and turn it around to try to inspire people. And we've said it many times, even if we help that one, it's worth it. Yeah. And you had an encounter with a young man at this City Fest.
Yes, I did. And what's funny is certain things can change your life. And that particular day, I have to be honest, it was a little bit of a struggle, as you were so well describing there. We were putting forth a lot of effort. We were getting hot, and we were getting sweaty. We'd been up because we worked that night, and then we got up really early that morning. And so, like many people that were there that were putting forth a lot of effort to get things set up, I was like, whew, man, getting wore out a little bit. And so as the day progressed, this guy really just kind of changed my focus for the day. He came over to the table. I guess I would say he was probably maybe 16, 17 years old. Very polite. There were other people kind of stammering around, dropping by and looking and that type of thing. And you could tell the young man that he was, that he was different. He changed a little bit. What I mean is that he was changed in some way. And when I say that, I mean that oftentimes you see teenagers or kids and, they kind of have a way about them. You kind of know, they're having a good time and they're hanging out with their friends and they put off a certain personality. Well, immediately he didn't walk up and be just very shy and or say something to one of his friends or just kind of standoffish or whatever. He walked right up and he was just like, hey, you know what you guys are doing? This is awesome.
Oh.
And he said, I really wish I had known a lot more about this last year. And that was not what I expected.
Right.
I didn't expect that at all from this, this young man. I thought, maybe he was going to come up and want to spin the wheel like most of them were doing and win a duck.
Right, exactly.
But that's not what he was after. He wasn't even really interested in the ducks at all.
Because he gravitated more towards the literature.
He did. And he came, when he was talking, I could tell he almost had a way about him that you could tell it either happened in his family or it had happened to him. Because he immediately was like, what are you guys, what are you guys doing right now, and what material do you have? So I was handing him some stuff and talking to him and sort of explaining about the podcast. And he was surprised at that point because he was like, oh, really? Wow, okay. And I said, yeah, you need to go out and take a listen to it. And I handed him a QR code, so he could go out and listen to it and check out the website. And about that time, there were a couple of other folks walking up. And so they were kind of coming over. And at that point, you could tell he started to disengage a little just because he was probably, wanting to talk just a little bit. But he didn't want to talk too much because he kind of didn't want these other people to,
a little bit guarded.
Yeah. So he got just a little bit guarded. And just before, he started to walk away, he was like, hey, he's like, thank you. He's like, really thanks for what you guys are doing. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, man. I said, this is what we're here for. I mean, to help folks like you and help folks like, that really just want to be encouraged and have a place to go or somebody to talk to. And I said, wait. I always wear a bracelet on my wrist. I've started doing that most recent. And it says on it, don't give up and you matter. And so I had that one on that particular day, and we were giving out other bracelets and things like that. But the one I had on my arm, I took it off and I handed it to him. And I said, man, I said, always remember you matter. And I said, don't give up. And he seemed slightly surprised that I would do that. But then he looked at me and he immediately put it on his arm and he was like, thank you.
No.
And I said, absolutely. And then he walked away. But it made such an impression on me because he was never after anything. He didn't come for a freebie. He didn't come for, some handout. You could tell that truly he had a story to tell. And I think, anyway, without me getting long-winded, that's really what it's about. Everybody's got a story.
Exactly.
So,
wow.
To me, it was powerful.
I was just about to say that's very powerful,
Yeah.
very moving. And it made that hot, sticky day all worth it.
Absolutely.
And coming in here and doing this week after week and editing and all that,
Right.
it's all worth it.
It is. Absolutely.
It's a good reminder of why we're here. I wanted to ask you a question. I don't feel old. Well, I take that back. When I get out of bed in the beginning, I feel old. In the morning. I walk very crunched up.
Yes. Very gingerly.
As some people say in the South, a little stoved up. It takes a while to unwind. But then once I get going, I probably act like I did when I was 16.
Yeah.
I have a younger brother that many people have asked me who's older. And there's a good difference between our ages.
Right.
And I've always been a little cocky about it when they ask. Like, I look so young that they think I'm the same age as David, close by.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And got a little big head.
Yeah.
And then one day I asked my friend, Amy, who's listening, why did you ask me who was the older? Pretty confident. She's like, well, you look so young. Surprisingly, she said, because you act so young.
Oh.
So basically, I act immature. So needless to say, that's why I've always felt like, I don't really feel any different than when I was 16. Except that I have better credit and I can do a lot of cool things.
Right.
But then there's things that come along and I'm like, that's what an old person would do. And I'm disappointed in myself. Have you?
Totally. I've absolutely experienced this.
Okay, good. I thought I was the only one.
No.
I'll give you some examples. And maybe some of our listeners, you may be in the same boat. One of the things, I still double space like in between the sentences.
Right.
You've seen the memes who say, okay, you can definitely tell over 40
Yes.
because they got the double space. I'm trying to hip it up and just do single. But it's been a while, always doing the double space.
Yeah, and habits are hard to break.
Yeah.
Really.
And
Seriously.
I went to a Western festival in Arizona in this past March, and I tried to like dog them for the double space, knowing in 2023 that was a resolution to only do the single space. Like, oh, look, you're double space. Knowing full well I just double spaced the previous year.
Nice.
So that's one of the things. Also, at that same event, and I'm going to say I was tired, but it probably had nothing to do with me being tired because I can't remember what time of day this occurred. I jumped on the elevator to go to, I think my floor was like 8 and the hotel went up to floor 10 and other people started boarding and I was the closest one to the buttons because I had gotten on first. I think everybody knows it's standard practice that you are the driver of the elevator at this point. You're by the buttons.
Right.
You're the first one on.
4, please.
Exactly. If you don't ask, they'll usually tell you, but I usually, being from the South, we're a little bit more, I don't want to say a little bit more, but we have a tendency. Yeah. What floor? What floor? You got room for one more? As the driver elevator? Yeah, sure. Come on on.
Right.
You know, you're dictating a lot. How many people are on? Too many.
Yeah.
Your luggage is not fitting on this elevator. Sorry. We'll send it right back down. There's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
But I did one of those things that old people do. So as everybody's telling me these floors, somebody gets on and they're like, floor 10. Well, on an elevator, you know, you have the button. And then beside the button, you have the number, right?
Right.
And most of the elevators I've been on, that display of what floor it represents, it's usually black. Circular black, and then it's usually got the floor in silver.
Yeah.
And then braille.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, if you've gotten on the elevator at this point, you probably can figure out what button it is without the braille. But anyway, so they were like floor 10. So instead of hitting the actual button, I hit that display of what floor that button represented.
Oh.
The black part. And then got tickled at myself like, that's not the button. It reminded me of that same thing where It's a reel that's gone around where the person's at McDonald's and they've parked in one of those spaces where it has the sign where you can order online and it has like a button like where your phone is. The lady gets out and she starts hitting the icon on the sign, but it's just an icon. It's not really anything that interacts. It's not a button or anything. It's just a picture of the phone.
Right.
That's what I felt like when I laughed at that lady, and then here I am hitting the button.
Oh boy, yeah.
Not even a button. It's just an indication of what the button represents.
I hit the icon.
And then I got tickled. I was like, I guess that's not going to work, is it? And then they're just staring at me like, no, dummy, it ain't. Another thing, I love a good fanny pack. I admit it.
Oh, man. Those are awesome, though. Really.
I love them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hip it up a little bit. Instead of just wearing it in the front, I try to push it to the side like a gun holster.
Right.
Like, I know I'm wearing a fanny pack, but I put it on my hip, and it's even cooler now.
It's cool now because I can pack.
But you can put a little snack in it if yours is large enough.
Yeah.
Credit cards, cash, hidden cash because it's got that inside zipper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just so useful. And then when we go hiking, I have the deluxe, the 2000 deluxe.
Yep.
HTT. It has a place.
You've progressed when they have an actual model number.
Yeah. I have spent many times on Amazon trying to figure out the best fanny pack. I told you, like, this is another sign that I've aged.
Right.
Well, I'm getting excited because I could tell Brian, like, I always get blisters when we go hiking. Mm-hmm. And so there's some special tape that you can purchase in the socks. And so I put that whole roll of tape in my fanny pack. And then I'm like, and Brian, I've still got room for more. Here's my phone. Because, the phones now are a lot larger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to brag, but it also has a place where I can put the dog's bowl. It's a collapsible bowl that I can clip on there. And a little pouch for my water.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, very high class.
You got the Cadillac version.
It's the 2000. Strongly recommend it.
Now you realize what I just said?
No, did not until just now. Try not to make
Most people are going to be like, she said that on purpose.
Yes, she did.
Because I didn't say Lexus or Maserati or... Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're just jealous.
I am jealous.
She's lashing out.
You realize now they've just moved the fanny pack, right?
Yes.
It was... Because the other day I was looking online and I'm like, oh, yeah, now they're just day packs.
Right.
They just moved it to your back.
I feel like mine's a little bit cooler on the waist with the side.
Yeah, it is cooler.
Because
it's like a Western holster.
Exactly. I feel very gunslingery.
Yeah.
That's not a word, but I made it up.
I like it.
And I feel like it goes with hip it up. Like, Brian, I've hipped it up. And he's like, no, you have not. He is always telling me I'm not as cool as I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tries to hold me back.
Wow.
Another thing that I've done, I guess it's a thing, I have introduced our family to the beach stroller.
Oh.
Not to be confused with the beach wagon. It has a very similar design of a stroller. It has a cooler in the front. Mm-hmm. And then it has these metal bars that protrude out, and you put your chairs on it. And then it extends a little bit further out and has basically a large pouch, and you just drop things in it.
Nice.
And when we were in college, I remember going to the beach, and this is all that we brought. A boogie board and a towel. That's it. All day at the beach. That's all we had. No water, no suntan block.
Yeah.
No change of clothes. Mm-hmm. That's it. Now, I've got a cooler for Cokes, water, snacks. I've got hats, and that's plural. Not because there's two people, but because in case one of them runs off or flies off. Multiple pairs of sunglasses, snorkel equipment, a little electric fan to kill the flying flies because they're usually the ones by me that are biting, bug spray, suntan lotion, extra bottles of both in case one of them runs out, multiple towels, chairs, umbrella, books, Kindle, Ziploc bags. I think that's about it. Oh, and a little desk, a little collapsible desk.
Really?
Table. I guess it's really a table so that you could put your food and stuff on it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you guys are...
We're old.
Yeah.
Yep, you're old. I'll take full credit. And I got tickled because the way that you push it out there, you just kind of cock it back on its back wheels. They're larger than the front. And you just kind of pull it. And I will have to say there were a lot of guys that went back like, hey, I really like that better than the wagon. Because when you're going on the beach, you don't need those small wheels. You need to make sure they're large wheels. Mm-hmm. So they don't get bogged down in the sand. Yeah. And Brian's just shakes his head. He's not shaking his head in disgust when he's eating that brownie that I brought.
Right. On his table.
On the table. Everything he pulls out is like, how much did this cost me? Now, he did shake his head a lot and didn't really wait on me to get into the water with my snorkel gear. Because not only do I have the mask and the snorkel, I've also got the fins.
Right.
Which can be a little bit of a booger putting them on.
I bet.
In the ocean when the waves are hitting you down. But I don't let it stop me or the people laughing at me on the beach. I just keep going.
Just press on.
The press on.
Yeah.
Because I'm old and I don't care and I've got better insurance than you do. This might not be old, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the category. I want the tight roll pants fashion to come back.
Oh my gosh.
As a short person,
yeah,
it felt so good not to ever have to hem my pants.
Yeah. Even great.
Even petite size, I still have to hem my pants. I need that tight roll to come back. So the other day, like the actual jeans I have on now, I bought a medium. And I don't know why. I was worried that with my boots, when I put them on, they would be too short. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do the medium, even though the website has clearly said I do not need a medium. And so the other day, they were the only ones clean, and I didn't feel like wearing boots because, it's 1,000 degrees, and I tight rolled them. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, tight rolling.
I'm bringing it back.
It's like, I'm bringing the 90s back right here. We're tight rolling them because I love a good tight roll.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, wow.
And then the last thing that I concluded, you are old, Ray. I'm worried about what I'm eating now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because my body sometimes will reject what I've eaten involuntarily. Like, I ordered a chicken Memphis barbecue pizza. So it has onions on there.
Yes.
And all of a sudden now my stomach was...
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, where's those Tums?
I gotcha.
And then the other day I was going to order it again. I was like, oh, man, I really want to go through that. Where's my Tums?
Right.
I remember my parents getting not understanding when we want to go out to eat and they were trying to select their restaurant and they're like, no, I can't go there. That gives me bad indigestion. I can't eat that. That makes my stomach hurt. I'm like, what a bunch of, no, what are you
bunch of weenies.
What? Why can't you eat a pizza? I don't understand. And then here I am like, oh, I don't know if I can eat that pizza again. I have to get all those Tums. Or Brian like, where do you have the Tums?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I have realized maybe I am old.
I think we're all in that same boat.
Yeah. But I'm going to keep rocking my tight rolled pants.
Right.
And my beach wagon with my fanny pack like I own the world.
Yeah. Yep. Embrace it.
Own
it.
Thank you. I'm owning it.
I love it. And if you're not quite there yet, you will be.
Yeah,
just
it's
letting
coming.
you know.
Wait till you need reading
snicker
glasses.
too much.
All those years of me making fun of my mom. And then I'm
Right.
got to grab my reading glasses to eat.
There you go.
Sure, I'm not eating something that's not really supposed to be there.
Absolutely. Got to see how big that piece is. You can't afford somebody to have to do the Heimlich.
Exactly. It's like, ooh, that's bigger than my fork.
Oh, man. I didn't realize that shrimp was quite that big. And it looked a lot smaller on my fork.
Exactly. I don't know how fast officer I was going because I can't see my speedometer. I don't have my glasses on.
Exactly.
The new phrase, I didn't have my glasses on.
Hey, guys. So we've talked a lot about aging. Getting up out of a chair. Man. That could be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. Oh, come on. You all know this. I mean, there's plenty of you out there that know what I'm talking about. And then there's others of you that don't quite know yet, but just wait. It's right around the bend. So not too much snickering right now, okay? So, we're all going to age. That's the race that we're on. And we have to remember that even though we are all on the same journey, we're all trying to get to the same place. We're all going to age. We're all going to get older. But the great part is that we're young at heart. The great part is that we have to remember the people around us that we love and that we love spending time with. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. What matters is how old your heart is. Your heart is something I think that many of us kind of forget about sometimes. The goodness in there, the compassion that's in there, the passion for others, the dreams, the visions, things that you would like to see come to pass. I challenge you today to reach out to somebody that you love and that you care for and talk about those dreams. Talk about that mission, that thing that just burns in your heart, and let them see really who that is. And that's the real you, the person that wants to see that come to pass. Who knows, you might just get a partner in crime. You might get somebody that says, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you make that come to pass. So don't give up, reach out. Tell somebody what you think. Tell them how you really feel. And you might be really surprised at what happens. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, a pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7, and they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay true to yourself, embrace the power of kindness, and know you matter. Till next time, friends.